What is up, R&R family? Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 237, Battle versus the Strongest. Thunder God Kashimo into the ring has begun. I am excited for this chapter, and how the chapter starts is obviously how what we just said. Kashimo entering the ring where Sukuna beat Gojo, which is crazy. I still have some questions on that defeat, but we'll get into that a little later. And we see that there is a big chunk of ice floating, also joining the battlefield, and we know who that is, and that's Orame. I think that's how you say her name. She's right in the ice. And we also see someone else has entered the battlefield too, and it is our boy who's the one that is blessed with luck itself, Hikari. He pretty much tells Orame that he's getting ready to kill her because he made a promise. I think he made a promise to Kashimo. I think that's where we got that from. And he opens his domain. Before he opens it, she tries to use her ice formation, but obviously it's already too late because she got caught in his domain. But we see that the ice is being destroyed, and when the ice is destroyed, something had dropped into Sukuna's hand, and it is the cursed Tua Kamatoki. I think that's how you say that. I might be butchering that. And it's the cursed tool that Yoroza had constructed for him. And I know that it was stated that Yoroza couldn't construct curse tools with her curse technique, but this is a little different because in exchange for the curse tool that she constructed for Sukuna, it cost her life. Also, another reason why she can do that is because she had knowledge of the curse tools that she learned from Kenjaku, and as long as she has some form of knowledge about that curse tool, then she can construct it. It's just like Mai, who before she did the Soul Splitter sword, she could only construct like a bullet for one per day. She couldn't construct anything else more complex besides like bullets or anything smaller than that until almost her death, where she obviously did the same thing, made a binding vow to death to get Maki her soul splitter sword, which is pretty cool that these constructions was able to do that. And Sukuna launches an electrical attack, and he's talking about some good old times. But we know that Kashimo curse technique has made him not curse technique. I should say curse energy has made him resistant to electricity because his curse energy is something like electricity, which is pretty sweet. That's actually dope that they have Kashimo curse energy as something like electricity. It's almost like transmuting his curse energy in the Hunter x Hunter series. And Kashimo asks Sukuna, did you become the strongest or you're born as the strongest? And that is reminiscent of Suguru Gato asking Satoru Gojo the question, are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest? And this is what I'm seeing right now is a running theme in Jujutsu Kaisen, and is that it's a question for us about characters with absolute strength. Are they born with their strength, or were they able to enjoy the fruits of their labor by working for that absolute strength? And Sukuna has stated that he doesn't know, and that he was an unwanted child. And that's also an interesting aspect of Sukuna's character, because Sukuna was someone that he doesn't know love or happiness. He only knows strength. He believes strength is everything. And Kashimo then asks how Sukuna interact with others without knowing weaknesses. He also asked Sukuna about, did Sukuna show mercy? Did he show affection? Because Kashimo himself couldn't do so because all other sorcerers were like dirt beneath his feet. It's like stepping on dirt, walking on dirt. And he's asking Sukuna to teach him about strength. If strength is punishment for someone with absolute strength, or is it something that, maybe you can learn to accept? And this is coming from a guy who has some form of humanity. And Kashimo was the strongest in his era 400 years ago. And the only thing that defeated him was time, because he ended up dying of old age. Something that Satoru Gojo stated in chapter 236. He didn't want to, he's happy that he died from someone stronger than him than of disease in old age. And that's when Sukuna tells him that he's just like Satoru Gojo, that they're asking for too much, and that for him, he's a natural disaster. And he told Kashimo he's going to teach him about strength. But that's one of the things that we saw in, I think it was chapter 187, I believe. I could be wrong. But Ryu told Yuta that characters like Sukuna are natural disasters, they're calamities, and that they don't know anything besides just their target. That's effectively what Sukuna is telling Kashimo, is that we might as well just let's quit talking and get to the boxing. And Kashimo tries to land a hit on Sukuna using his staff, but Sukuna easily blocks it. And this is the moment that we've been waiting for the most. And that is that Kashimo is now activating his curse technique, which is called Phantom Beast Amber. And this curse technique is sweet looking. Like, this looks dope. Like, look how it looks. His whole body is filled with curse energy, dog. This stuff is amazing because he hits Sukuna and then he sucks in the air and blasts an attack to Sukuna. And it explains that Kashimo's curse technique allows his body to be able to blast any kind of attack that Kashimo could make with his curse technique, and it's like electricity. So anything that's made of electricity, Kashimo can do. He also can utilize sound waves to vaporize anything that he touches. And Kashimo actually achieved this because he surpassed the limitations of the human body. And because of this limitation, this limit breaker technique, that's why he told Hikari that he could only use it once, because once the curse technique ends, he will die. As amazing as this is, I do think that he used it a little too fast. I think they should have just got to the warm up and, maybe by fight 3 of it, maybe part 3 of Battle versus the Strongest, that he utilized it. But I think they were just trying to speed through some of these characters, unless this is going to be another long fight. I doubt that it's going to be 12 to 13 chapters like Sukuna versus Gojo. So this is probably going to be about 2 or 3 before Kashimo body breaks. And that's when we learned that Sukuna actually had a different method besides reverse curse technique to revive his old body that he was purposely holding off on. And he was holding off on it because of the psychological battle he wanted to have with Satoru Gojo. And we seen this multiple times with other characters asking if he was going to use his original body, which he kept saying no. Now, this is what I want to talk about. He could have done this because he could only use it once, right? But he needed, from his own explanation, or from the explanations based off of all the things that they're saying, because we've been told that Sukuna was way stronger than Gojo, but I don't think that's true. I think what Gege was trying to convey with Satoru's admission is humanizing him and all his dark thoughts and secrets. He was able to release how he felt, or he felt maybe Sukuna could be stronger because he said Sukuna wasn't going all out. I think that Sukuna was going all out in Megami's body with Megami's curse technique, the 10 shadows. But now with Satoru dead, he doesn't need the 10 shadows anymore. I think that's what's going on. So the notion that is Sukuna actually stronger than Satoru, I would summarize no, but there's a lot about Sukuna that we do not know, and maybe we'll see it at some point down the line, but right now they're definitely not going to reveal it now. I don't even think he's going to reveal his curse technique now. But if he reveals his curse technique to Kashimo, that's kind of odd. But there's no break for next week, so I am excited because now the reincarnation has started. So we will see next week how this fight is going to play out and how we get to see Sukuna in his original body on how he fights. And if you guys enjoy more Real Ninja Reviews content, then just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell up top. And when you hit that bell up top, we'll be in the comments for the first hour of this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.